After Dr. Eggman's defeat in X-Zone, he realized that he still had a chance. If he could obtain the power of the sacred Chaos Emeralds, he still could build the Eggman Empire. Sonic and friends must reach the special zones and obtain the Chaos Emeralds hidden within before Dr. Eggman can. Otherwise, our world is doomed, and all the inhabitants will be turned into mechanized robots. The final arc of the Sonic Advance game begins. What's going on, everybody? I am Chibuga, Bandicoot, and welcome back to Sonic Advance. Now, was that intro a bit too much, or was it just right? Let me know in the comments. This is going to be a guide on how to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and there will be maps included, and I will provide commentary on how I think would be the best route to get to the map and what to do in case you were to fall or something. Keep in mind, even if you see me using a different character, I still would recommend using Tails because he can always fly back to any part if you were to fall off or get out of sync with my video. With the introductions out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing to note is that the beginning literally does not matter in what you do, because it's just all a flat road, and even if you jump on top of the loops or go below them, you'll still end up in the same spot. Right down here on this flat stretch of land, and then once you hit this checkpoint, now with Sonic, Knuckles, and Amy, I believe you have to jump off the spring and then go all the way to the right, and then you have to get a lot of speed, and you gotta make this jump from here to on top of this loop. If you don't make this jump, you might be able to make your way back as long as you don't fall, but just be careful, it might be tough to do. But yeah, you have to be able to take that loop because it's very important that you stay on top of these platforms. So you have to stay on top of them all the way over here and then jump off onto the little grass ledge right here. Avoid this little bee thing and then bounce off the spring to land on the platform right here to go up onto the special spring. Now, like I said before, it's very important that you just use Tails because Tails literally can say whatever, I don't care. He'll eventually end up over here and he just fly straight up. Like he literally does not have to do anything like the other characters, he could just fly straight up. So I would recommend just using Tails. Ooh, I just got a chow. Okay, I need to figure out how to do that because I just keep failing those like every time. Alright, since the first emerald, let's go! The red Chaos Emerald is now mine. And we gotta continue for rescuing the Chow. Alright, on to Chaos Emerald 2. Alright, so the second Chaos Emerald is in Secret Base Zone Act 2. Now, what you do in the beginning actually does not matter at all because regardless of which path you take, you'll always end up in the same spot, and I'll let you know what that spot is once we get there. Alright, once you're up here, you have a choice between going up and down. You want to go up on this red platform because if you go down, you'll end up missing the Chaos Emerald. You can also get up here if a little bit earlier ahead you decide to go to the left and you take that little thing, but what matters is that you make it up here on the top. Now once you're on the top, it is safer to jump on top of the loop and then jump on the platform and then hit those two springs and continue. Now you can also go down, but you want to make sure you jump over this gap because I believe Sonic cannot make it back up. Every other character can though. Now once you're over here and you go on the loop, it's very important you jump off in the middle of the loop so you can land on the springs over here. Now it is possible to get back up if you miss it. You can just spin dash back to the left, jump on that platform and jump up to the spring. Maybe some characters be able to make it, I'm not sure about Sonic. But it's the easiest if you just jump straight off right when you get done with the loop. Just bounce off the springs, go straight up, and there you go. Special spring. This is probably one of the easiest ones for any of the characters to get through. Like I'm pretty sure you could do this if any character with no problem. Alright, let's try to get Chaos Emerald number 2. Yeah, the depth perception makes it very hard to tell where exactly you are when trying to get the rings. Oh, okay, I see. So for the trick, you're supposed to wait until you hear the sound bit of you touching it and then press the button. I didn't wait until I touched it. No, I missed the chow. Oh, it's alright. I got more than enough rings anyway. Oh, when you speed up, you go straight. It automatically corrects you to the center, and you can go right in between the mines. Aha, the blue Chaos Emerald. So the third Chaos Emerald is in Casino Paradise Zone, Act 1. Now, like all casino or carnival levels, this has got to be one of the most complex level designs in Sonic games, and it's so easy to get lost or get flung somewhere you don't want to be. But the important thing to note is that you have to reach this little chokehold right here with these 3 balloons. And it's crazy because you can get here from so many different routes. You can get here from the top corner up here, you can get up here from the top hole, the bottom, or you can somehow find a way to loop around and come out from the front and go towards the back. Like, it's just ridiculously complicated. So I'm just going to show you the shortest route that I could think of, and it is best done with Knuckles, and you probably could do it with Tails easily as well. Amy and Sonic might be a little bit harder to do it with since they might deal with bumpers and stuff, and that's just gonna make things inconsistent, so I would suggest using Knuckles or Tails. Now once you're at this chokehold point, all you have to do is just make sure you go up and then get past these flags, and then be careful, these little red flags here will propel you forward, and if you go forward too fast, you may end up running past the special spring and then go down this pipe, and then it'll send you all the way back down, and then you might have to go around in a circle to reach your way back up, and that might be hard to do with anybody except for Tails. So it's probably best that you don't miss it, or if you're Knuckles, just glide your way over, or use your glide to stop your momentum. Just be very careful not to hit this flag because it will propel you into the little tube here, and after that it's very hard to get back up. Need to figure out what angle I have to hit those springs, because just touching the springs won't guarantee you get the rings for some reason. It's like, yeah, I think you have to go to like the far corners. There we go. Like, you gotta listen for the soundbite and then press the trick button the nanosecond you hear it. Okay, 160. Oh, I did it way too soon. See what happens when you don't listen to the soundbite? Ooh, nice. Did I make it? Let's go. Third Chaos Emerald obtained. The yellow Chaos Emerald. And we collected a Chow, which means +1 continue. Alright, so the next Chaos Emerald is in Ice Mountain Zone, Act 1. Now, as you can see, this one is actually the quickest Chaos Emerald you can get to, especially if you're using Tails. Because when you start, you literally just go to the right till you hit the wall, or if any character really, just go to the right until you reach this little area right here with the cave, because that's the only spot you can literally go to. Now, after this, you're going to make sure you jump up, because if you fall down, you're going to have to come back up. Just jumping up is the only way to get to the Chaos Emerald. And for Tails, you literally just can fly straight up here and you're done. So I would recommend just using Tails, because if you're someone else, then you're gonna have to go the long way around. You have to come over to the right, jumping off that platform. Keep going to the right. Make sure you don't hit this platform because it will fall. And then you have to keep going, jump up all of those platforms until you come up here. And then jump on the rotating one, and then come back to the left, bounce off the spring, and then keep going, bounce off the next spring, keep going, bounce off the yellow spring to get up onto the top platform, and then jump over to the special spring. So the question is, do you want to do all of that, or you just want to be Tails to fly up there? The choice is yours.
So I wonder how many of these special stages actually start with the first rings being on the bottom.
Cool.
I gotta watch out for that bomb that they snuck in between the rings right there.
No.
Oh, let's go. Barely got.
Ha ha ha! Got the green Chaos Emerald. Let's go.
Oh, if Shadow the Hedgehog was in this game, we would have already had it at the beginning of the game.
Alright, so the next Chaos Emerald is in Ice Mountain Zone, Act 2. Now, looking over this map, this might be a pretty tough map to get the Chaos Emerald if you're not using Tails or like using Knuckles like I'm using him. Because there are a lot of places where you can fall down at and would not be easy to get back up to the Chaos Emerald. I would suggest just using Tails and just flying straight back up to the top of the map, because that would give you the easiest access to the Chaos Emerald. And at any point if you feel like you're lost, you probably should just restart. But it is possible, especially with Tails, to fly back up. There's like a spot like over here we can bounce off a spring up to this platform, bounce off the next spring, and then jump on the platforms across, then bounce off the spring to get back to the top. And there's plenty of places where Tails would be able to fly back up to the spring. But yeah, I would just suggest using Tails. Don't use any other character for this one, unless you decide to use Knuckles like me, but you should definitely just use Tails. Using any other character will make it pretty tough to get to the special spring.
Oh, dang it. I probably lost now. Oh wait, I managed to get sub. Let's go. Okay. The 9 buffer for the second half. 180! Oh my goodness, that's a lot of rings. Let's go. Is that enough? That's enough. Let's go. Haha, more than enough. Alright. That's 5 Chaos Emeralds. 2 more to go. Alright, Chaos Emerald number 6, you can find it in Angel Island Zone, Act 2. Now the first thing you need to keep in mind of is that you should not spin dash at the beginning of the level. If you do, you're more likely going to miss these clouds and fall down into your oblivion. Now for the most part, this map actually has no different routes except for maybe this part where you could fall right here. But the wind will push you back up, so it's actually this entire level is basically one route up until you get over here with this backwards S pipe. Then after that point, that's where you might better take different routes depending on your character. Now once you get to this point, it's important that you go up. I think Tails and Knuckles can probably continue forward, but your goal is to climb upwards because the special spring is way out of its way, like all the way at the top right corner of the map. So you have to basically just keep climbing upwards and don't fall down, and you should be good. Of course, using Tails makes this a lot easier. Wonder how many special stages start with the rings at the very bottom. Comment below to let me know. I'm pretty sure it's like almost all of them. Let's go, 108. Provides a little bit of a buffer for the second section. 180, okay. Dang, if it's me or they make the first section much harder for the requirements to get the rings than the second sections. Chow obtained. I'm not even paying attention to my counter because I'm just looking at the level. Do I have enough? Oh, let's go. I got more than enough. I find that so funny how Amy lands. Like she lands on her knees. She trying to break her knees. You gotta land on your feet, Amy, not your knees. But then again, I guess she was trying to cover her dress this time. Unlike in the other Amy video. And the final Chaos Emerald is in Cosmic Angel Zone. Now this one should be very simple. I still would recommend using tails so you can fly back up if you were to fall. But basically, you just want to stay on the topmost route everywhere you can. And just make sure you don't fall. Then when you get to this yellow spring, make sure to bounce off of that and land on the red spring, bounce back up, and just stay on the top route no matter what. Then dodge all these enemies up here. And then when you get to this point, you need to make sure you have a lot of speed or, you know, tails so you can just fly, or knuckles to climb up. And just make sure you land on this platform and then go up here. And then once you get to this point, what you want to do is make sure you're not holding right to where you'll end up going forward and hitting this spike. You just want to go straight up and bounce off the spring. If you miss it, like again, if you're using tails, like I keep saying, make sure you're using tails for everything. You could just jump on the rotating platform right here and just fly straight up to the spring. But if you're playing as someone else, it might be harder to be able to get back up without going all the way to the left and then using a spin dash and then getting maximum speed from the spring and then going straight up and bouncing off this top spring. Oh man, this one is so hard. Does it? I think you actually have to know how to do tricks by this point. Because it's like, it barely gives you any rings to get through. Wait, is that bounce spring a trap? 'Cause I realize it does make you miss like the first two. Oh, let's go. I got 120. That gives me a good buffer for the second section, which is ridiculously hard. 200 rings. Gosh, no mercy. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to get those. I just got the chow. Alright. Good, good. I got both of those tricks. Just as long as I don't get hit, I think I should have it. Let me just like play on the safe side and just avoid those completely. Let's go. Got it. Let's go. Final Chaos Emerald. The purple one. Sonic got the last Chaos Emerald, and with that, all Chaos Emeralds have been obtained. Which means there's only one thing left to do, the true final boss. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the guide. If you really liked it, make sure to let me know by liking, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. Time to take on the true final boss. Alright, until next time, remember to be a legend and have a great day.